we have this, we have an SMT here with YM, just with like, I'm using this high right here as like our point of interest, I guess. So that's back here. So that's over here. This is our original SMT. You see how we make it very early on? When we make these SMTs super early on, so like here, right? These are our SMTs. And what you see is on none of these assets do we take like a relevant low, right? So that's failure to like displace. So you can assume another asset's gonna run this high. So what like the signatures we get after um our leading asset, which is actually ES, it looks like, runs that high, is it continuates through it. And Q hits the high. We don't reverse again. How do you know we're not reversing? We shouldn't be coming close proximity after we hit the high. So like once we hit this high, if this SMT is gonna hold, we're gonna displace like now. We'd go like here and start taking this low. Same thing here. When we take this, when we break this SMT, when we had an SMT previously, and then we break it, we should go very aggressively back down in the range. Since we're coming like right here, once you see this like retracement signature, you know NQ is gonna make a new high. Like we're not gonna go like this sluggish, like chop down and then just dump. Like it's not gonna happen. So that's where you can start trading YM as a laggy asset to catch up to it. And what you're gonna see is right once YM hits this high, we reverse. How do we reverse? With a two-stage SMT. Right there, right there. I'll probably get into the basics of it now. I just saw that as an example because, so like let's say we have our high here. We're gonna just draw it on each of the assets. This is our previous high, and let's say like we're bearish. Um, this is the first. This is the first asset trading into the high. What do? We revisit that high. We're making new highs. What that's gonna cause is our middle asset. It's usually ES is our middle asset. That will then cause our middle asset to hit that high. So now you're going to look for signatures away from this. This is the first type of asset synchronization where the leading asset will trade into a high. It will fail to manipulate it and it will continue pushing higher. Now the second asset hits that high. It's still an SMT over here. So on this asset, it look like this. But this is where you could see a sign of like, okay, now this SMT, we have this SMT. So now you're looking for something to confirm that, whether that be like your entry model. I like to wait for like another SMT. So like if we made another high like here that's lower, but on YM it's higher, then we get a two stage. That's how I would personally confirm the reversal. But like this is how it's gonna happen. You're never gonna like if we don't reverse off this initial high, we're not gonna like trade up here without this middle asset hitting that high. We're not gonna find something to reverse off until we resync at that high. And then there's one more type. But the whole thing is once we hit this high, this is the whole big part about it is the second we hit this high, we should reverse. We shouldn't like push up, push up, push up. We should, the second we hit this high, if this is gonna be our resync, we should reverse instantly. And this is going to be the same going with the second type of synchronization. So if you look at this, let's say we have this high on our left and we have this asset trace through it. That's fine. Originally, it was an SMT here. We'll just say this is our high. Originally, it was SMT. We displaced higher. We made a shorter low, like a quick low, quick retracement. We traded higher. This asset now, we're considering this is our middle asset. And then we'll say like over here's our weakest asset. Since this asset failed to hold this SMT, we're now going to break this SMT on this asset. If this again fails and we keep making new highs, we just retrace, make a new high. Now this asset needs to hit this high. We cannot reverse now without hitting this high. It just like we can. It's very, very rare. 99% of the time we'll do this, unless it's like some news is the only exception. Like 99% of the time now, YM is gonna come trade into this high. The second YM trades in this high, if you're right about your high time frame being bearish, will reverse instantly. Instantly. Like there's really good examples of this.
I have a
I feel
question.
like it was yeah.
So on the first asset on the left, when we
Mm-hmm.
get the initial SMT,
Mm-hmm.
we could just and we like obviously disrespected on the middle asset like NQ, we could expect to like trade to that high because we could just view that as a failure swing since we're not rejecting
Uh,
immediately.
you could, but the whole thing is like until we make like there has to be a signature, right? Like so like let's just look at some price for example. Like I'm trying to find this like a good example. I'm looking for like a really like sluggish move. Okay, like this. Like this is like Asia, but like yeah, we're moving upwards here. See how sluggish it is? Like this isn't gonna be our reversal. Like theoretically we have an SMT here. It'd be really cool if we do. Because then I could show it in action. Is this it? No. Wait, where is this? Thursday. The June here. Okay, there's no SMT on this asset. I really hope there's SMT. No. Oh, is that it? Yeah, no, there's no SMT. But theoretically, there's a SMT here. Let's just say it is. This whole sluggish move back into the range, yeah, there's like no displacement or anything. That's just a continuation signature. Consolidation is just a continuation signature. And what you'll often see is a manipulation of one side of the range to trade to the other with an SMT. But you can view it as a failure swing. I wouldn't target the failure swing specifically. I would just target that high because we're not going to reverse off that high because then if we do reverse there, that is a failure swing as well. I wouldn't view it that way, just personally.
Okay.
Oh, here, wait, this might be a good example. I'm trying to see what we trade into here. Um, what is this? Nothing. How about up here? Like, you could, like, kind of say that's resync, but, like, I have to, like, zoom out a little bit. Nah, it's like resync, but it's not, like, a good example of it. Because we have this high, or this gap from a long time ago, YM hits it first. It's just because these assets were in sync. Once these assets traded into that high, you see how we instantly reversed? How can I confirm that? At this high, what do we get? Two-stage SMT. This high and this high right here. SMT, SMT. That's the main points of asset synchronization. Like, those are the main points. And then
What about the
there's
lows we have right now? We have an SMT with YM and ES or NQ. 30-minute
where?
lows. NQ, middle.
These or this right here
No, no, no. Like external. Like scroll out. Yeah, those lows.
down here.
Yeah. So we would expect NQ to take that low because we already took it on a
Let's see.
YM.
Oh, okay, yeah, yeah, yeah.
So
This is
then
actually gonna be. This should be a
then
good
when
example.
NQ takes that low, we reverse because or that's like frames the resync.
It's just because there
If it's a failure
it's
swing, yeah.
kind of like there's failure swings below, but like yeah, that's what you look for. It's like we want to see like this low time
That's
frame
good.
price signature is like consolidation. So the only way we could reverse is like manipulating this low. But like let's just see what happens here. We can like probably speed it up. Okay, we just gapped down, so it did work. Yeah. But that's not gonna resync. It's fine. But like that there's at least proof consolidation is a form of
Continuation.
continuation. Yep. Let's see if I can just find it. It's like gonna be on like big. It's just so hard to like find. You have to be like
You have to like
watching
find it
it.
before to show the example.
Yeah, maybe like up here or something. No. like hourly, and then we look at like hourly relevant swings that we, okay, so let's just find SMT first. There's none there, none there. Okay, there's like one here, but like we just trade away from it. Oh,
Those
this
stacked
might be
lows,
it.
those little hourly stacked lows, those,
These,
yeah.
it's like there's
And
SMT, but it's not gonna be
yeah,
synchronization SMT. Yeah, that's gonna happen at like prominent highs or something like this. This high. We hit it over here. This was a good example, but it's just like this is a good example of it where this 4 hour, the second YM traded into the high, we got that reversal because this is like the best one I can find right now because we originally had this SMT, right? No, where is it? It's this one here. Yeah. Okay, so we originally had, oh, what the fuck?
you already showed this one.
Yeah, I know. I just wanted to show it to people that might have joined late or like want a example of it. But we had this SMT. Um, you see that ES doesn't reverse from this SMT. ES creates a new high. What does NQ have to do? It has to go break that high now. NQ doesn't reverse from that high, so we expect YM to continue to the high. Now YM hits the high, reverses, confirmed by the two-stage SMT at the highs. It's like
Can you
beautiful.
stop down to like what your entry would look like there?
So what
I
asset
don't
would I
know.
take? Yeah, I don't
So
know.
what's the strongest asset here? YM,
That's what I'm looking at. But I'm trying to do it like non.
high
Okay, it
time.
would definitely be YM because YM's the last asset to trade into the high. So then at the high, what do we get? Oh, this looks free. Where's our SMT? Okay, this is actually difficult. Hold on. Because look how much lower it is. Okay, hold up here at open. This is our SMT. YM's the weakest though, so I want to look for ideally this opposing candle to hold right here. Here. See if we get like a 15-minute I can trade away from.
It's a PSP.
Yeah, I'm looking at this. Yeah, right here. Oh no, because that's not a PSP because NQ took it as well. This high,
That's
this
a
one,
PSP.
this this one.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a PSP.
This
I
one's
just
two
like the
stage.
two-stage
Yeah,
better.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but I'm gonna just mark out those candle openings so I can like look for the entry. What time is this? 12? This is a late. Uh, oh wait, this is the one we want because this is the one that puts in the SMT. That one's right, and then that one's right. Ideally, I'm trading YM, so I'm looking for SMTs with NQES. You could always just take like the first opposing candle, but I'd kind of want an SMT or I'd put my stop up here. So let's see like what we get on the lower time frame. The lower time frame might not be as clean.
Yeah, we don't have one.
Yeah, but we get like strength switching. This is like slightly more advanced. Because we get
Because we
this.
get that. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. No, it's right here. Look,
The
this
small
high
internal. Yeah, yeah.
gets ran by this one. You either take this on the close or you limit order it. Just so you take it on the close. You put your stop there because we have this now SMT with these 3-minute highs. And then whatever you want to look for, like this low if you want, whatever your draw is, that would be the trade.
News candle. Never mind, it's not
Yeah, I
news.
don't know what that is, but like whatever your TP is,
Failure
like
swing below.
that's the
Failure swing.
entry. Yeah. It could be anything really, but that's like the entry framework I would use. Because once we get that second SMT, that just protects your stop. And then you just put your stop on that high and look for whatever you want, this low, whatever. Any questions? Any questions at all? Grippo, do you have some
No.
questions? No, bag full of money has a question.
Is he typing?
ES isn't always middle asset. Most of the time it is, though. Like 90% of the time it is. That's what Gare said. Most of the time it is. There should not really be a reason you're trading ES unless you're trading as a middle asset. But like this an example, like NQ and ES were like hand in hand. So like you could have traded either of these assets and been successful if you were longing. But like even here you can tell that NQ is stronger. At least in my opinion. It might not be actually. It's hard to tell. It's really hard to tell. Hey, yeah. So, oh, that's still hard. W session name. Yeah, I come on grip. But like, even here, ES is the middle asset because if you look at YM, even though we're in sync at the highs, look at this. YM takes all these lows first. Who's closest to those lows? ES. This could be a signature. Like, is there anything below us? Oh, there's those. Do we have SMT there? No. We could see what happens once we hit that though. All right, so this is different. Okay, here's a good example of the second type of SMT or of asset resync. So we see on whatever it is, this daily open or even after Friday. So what happens on Friday? YM hits these lows. It fails to manipulate them. It continues to close below those lows. What do we need now? ES to hit those lows. ES hits those lows here. Oh, wait, no. I meant this low.
We took that on YM.
Yeah. It's that. And then ES
So
trades into
then
the low as well. It's not as good
YM was
because it's
leading
not.
asset, and then we strength switch NQ.
Yeah. YM was leading to the lows. YM hit the lows.
And we put in a 2-stage.
And then,
With
yeah, here
yeah.
at these
And then that's
lows,
strength
he
switch
used the
NQ.
two stage to confirm the reversal.
And
Yeah.
then ES is middle asset, and YM NQ leads. It goes NQ ES YM.
Yeah. Here's a example of a normal SMT. But like you guys know what that is. Asset synchronization is so specific, so it's like you guys probably aren't going to use it as much, but once you get like really good, you'll use it. Just for high time frame as the main point. Oh, wait, hold up. This is a good example. We have this low. We have this low. And this low. We trade into it on whatever this Friday. It trades a little bit lower here. The first asset to hit the low is YM, obviously. Did we hit it over here? Wait, am I geeked? No, it's right here. Why is it not like showing me? I might have too many lines on my chart to see it. Because I want to look at this low in particular. I mean, you can kind of just see it, but like ES traded lower than NQ. You can tell by the opens as well. ES opened below this low. We didn't reverse. NQ opened lower, hit that low. But like, let's see if we can show it on the low time frame. I think it would make more sense. Oh, it's gonna have to be a really low time frame. Yeah, this isn't even gonna do it. But you can use it if you understand candle openings. So if you look at this 15-minute at the lows, when ES opened, it was already at the low. ES didn't reverse from that. This happened in seconds, but ES didn't reverse from that. So what you knew is NQ had to hit that low. So NQ then opened lower to hit that low. We resynced, traded higher. And you're just looking at based off candle openings because it happened really
So then would
quickly.
that be ES is the strongest asset there?
No, YM,
Because
because look at YM. Or no, NQ would be the strongest
still
still.
okay. Yeah.
Because since NQ is the last to hit it, you can think since we have to resync once NQ hits that low, NQ is still going to be the highest in the range
We filled a 4 hour
because
gap
NQ just
perfectly.
barely hit that low. See if we can get something here. Uh, uh,
How can okay, I have a really good question. How can you
mhm.
pair like a PSP with like a fractal model? With like a fractal
A
model.
PSP
Like if
with
we
a
had a
fractal model?
PSP, if we had a PSP between like a C1 and a C2.
It's just you're literally just trading the model at that point. Let me see if I
Yeah.
can find one. Like almost like
That's gonna be hard to
that
find.
open.
Oh, there's one right there.
No, it's not, 'cause that's literally all I trade.
There's
Yeah,
one right
look at
there.
this. Okay, so we
That's
get
literally
this.
perfect.
This isn't a model yet
This
until
at the
we
next
take
step
this
changes.
high. This is an SMT. Okay, you can't you can't take that. You cannot take that entry.
Yeah, but that's still like
Let's see what happens.
a two-stage PSP with fractal model.
Oof. This is gonna be
Oh, yeah,
gross.
that's good. How do you expect when you see YM expanding in the opposite direction of NQ, where would you want to see a strength switch?
Where?
Like at relevant swings?
Like where do I want to see us resync?
Like if YM is like let's say like YM's consolidating and like
Uh-huh.
ES or like NQ starts to reverse. Like where would you expect the resync to be?
All right. So let's say YM's consolidating here and Q is going up or down.
Just say up for this example.
All right. Then Q starts trading up. Where would I expect this to resync? Its own low. Because unless we have like a low below that, like we shouldn't be expanding without the other asset unless we're just like completely decoupled. And at that point, we just need to hit a high time frame key level, like a 4 hour high or something. With today's price action fit, I don't know. I traded today, so
The
today
15
might be
minute at the
easier.
highs, the open manipulation PSP.
Oh, the one I took.
Yeah,
Oh my God, yeah. I
that's
can literally
perfect.
just go over the last few days. Yeah. Oh my God, did we run up at the end of the day? Oh, not really. Okay.
The 15-minute at the ES.
Open, open. 9 o'clock. I shorted 9:30. Okay, here. What we see before 9:30 is NQ. First of all, NQ taps this hourly gap. Once that closes,
In the
once
range.
this 9 o'clock candle, yeah, it closes back inside this previous hour or 30-minute candle's range. This is a fractal model. If any of you guys trade T-Trade's fractal model, this is what this is. It's a fractal model where we slightly deviate from the range. This is an SMT with ES here. Once we get that, if you're already bearish on the higher time frame, like once I saw that, I knew I was bearish because I was in longs right here and then like exited because I saw that. But once you see that and you know you're bearish, a PSP would just be a high getting ran because of a closure. So like here, since this candle closed bullish and this one closed bearish, you could anticipate that ES would be the asset to run this high for another SMT on open.
And that's
So
a
from
strength
there,
switch.
when we go into yeah, when we go into open on NQ, we get this like this isn't the 9:30 candle. Here's 9:30.
ES
So
manipulated.
this is yeah, so this is our 9:30 candle. ES put an SMT at these previous highs right here. So that protects your stop because right we ran liquidity and then I dropped time frames. I took like a 1 minute or something. Yeah, I took like this. Once we got this closure, I limit ordered this uh order block and I put my stop like up here or something. It was like this. Yeah. And then I just targeted like I forgot what, like oh, I targeted low a day, which we ended up hitting. It's like here. Like 1800, yeah, that looks right. That was today's trade. And then I like averaged in, but like That's like how I'm framing it. So like we need a manipulation for a driver to continue or to drive us in a direction. Show the 3 minute.
You could
This,
have
would you
taken the
take
first
this?
one.
Oh no, this is
No,
what
you
backflow
took the
money
second.
took. I took this. You could have taken this as well.
There's a 30-second for
Once
me
we
as well.
open and put in the SMT. But yeah, that's how I'm using that because we can't expand without manipulation.
We had like the same entry because I took the 30
And then we
second.
got the PSP. The PSP confirms that. Two-stage SMTs confirm reversals for me. That's how you can wrap that in. What else am I missing? Strength switching?
Which asset is the strongest asset there? NQ because
Here?
ES takes the
YM,
high? No,
I
no, no.
think. YM. Yeah, YM.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
YM just because it's lower in the range. But YM did bullshit on open, so you have to be able to adapt and realize, yeah, okay, YM did do this on open. You can still trade YM because of how low it is in the range, right? Because we're obviously going to hit these lows. These are our low days. It still hits it first.
Yeah.
You can see a little resync
But
here. I remember
between
this.
NQ and ES, like those two that are paired with the PSP, which
Out
asset is
of
the
NQ and
strongest?
ES,
Yeah. Wouldn't it be
uh,
NQ because
probably,
ES takes the
probably
high then
ES.
reverses? Or no?
Yeah, but the whole thing is, ES was stronger overall. That strength was just confirmed it, and like it protected that high.
But is that a low
So like if
time
you
frame
look
strength
here,
switch for NQ or no?
yeah, that's a very low time frame. But like since we're trading around open, we'd rather do that. But like if you look at these lows, these 3 a.m. lows, ES trades into them at 8 a.m. 3 a.m. lows are traded into at 9 a.m.
Mm,
on NQ. And you can even just tell it by this like hourly candle
stronger
that ES
close,
is the
yeah.
weakest because yeah, because it had the better close. It didn't tap into the hourly gap. But you could have taken any asset and been right, really. Like ES, you see this SMT, you realize this is protected now, wherever it is. It's like here. And then you take this ESD here, this one, off this up close candle that created the SMT. You take that. You still win. It was like a clear
Yeah,
day,
that makes sense. But
wherever you
why'd you
wanted,
take
like
it on
all day.
NQ if ES was the strongest asset?
Why?
Just cause?
Because ES gave the close for or NQ gave the close first, and
Mm,
since I'm trading around the driver, we're not gonna like. There's a chance we do, but it's so low probability that we
like we
would
would take the own low then reverse?
here
Yeah,
here. Yeah, that's not probable because only because like the CSD we got confirms that we're reversing from that SMT.
that makes sense.
Is there anything with what you mentioned why I'm running in the opposite direction? Uh, it just resynced off our own high, but like I'll see if there's a SMT there for the resync. Uh, um, this is gonna take a minute. These highs, the 2 a.m. highs. Oh yeah, wait, no, looky, this is should be easy. Um, 2 a.m. here. There's a SMT with NQ. It's still a swing point. It's still a swing high, right? Because we made a high, traded down, came back up. That's still our swing high. NQ trades above it. 2 a.m. It takes ES longer to trade above it, right? It trades above it in the next hourly candle, right? The third one. 1, 2, 3. The third hour, or sorry, the second hourly candle after it. While NQ trades into it in this first hourly candle. And you look at YM. YM now needs to hit this high. It hits that high. Resync. That's actually a good call out, Unc.
I'm just
That's
left.
our resync.
That makes a lot
Oh,
of
well,
sense.
never mind then. Wow, that was actually really good mention of that. All right. Do we have any questions or can I call it there? Yeah, Dobby, I took my entry up there as well. I think we had like very similar fills. I was up in here somewhere. Probably like here. I think it was 95, right? I don't know. I sent a picture to Keith.